Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we return to Rush, this time with a song that we have seen before, but this will be the second time we're going to take a look at the music video instead of a live performance. The song is Subdivisions. It was the opening track off their 1982 album Signals. This was kind of our entry point. We entered a little earlier than that, if memory serves. Exit Stage Left. I think actually Moving Pictures was the album that was out when I realized who they were, and probably most Rush fans around today.
My first Rush album was Permanent Waves.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that. I remember that, and we still have your copy of the album from back then. This particular video, I thought it'd be fun to see because at this point in time, you've got a certain type of synthesizer out there that a lot of bands are using, and I'd just like to see what maybe they were using at the time. I have seen this video, but oh my gosh, it has been probably 40 years. I don't know. It's been a long time since I saw this video. I have very, very vague recollection of it. And I'm actually really excited just to see it again, paying attention. How about you, Adrian?
Yeah, I've also seen the video a long time ago. I'm just looking forward to seeing the video again.
Yeah, me too. And listening to Neil's lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's check it out.
All right.
Oberheim. I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did that. You know what we've been missing in all these live reactions is hearing the studio track. And my gosh, it is such a great studio track. And I've got some memories about it. But Adrian, why don't you go first if you've got any?
I used to play Tempest. You know that video game that's on there? That's Tempest.
I used to like that one.
Favorite games.
It was a good one. Yeah. I liked the way that they kind of incorporated that in there to show kind of the kids' frustration and all.
Some thoughts that came to my mind was maybe a song about prefabricated or manufactured life, society itself being prefabricated and manufactured, as well as products, media, basic needs, etc. Houses all look the same.
Homogenization, I guess, or just
compartmentalizing people and conformity sort of becoming a rule of law or something like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like high school, actually.
Totally like kind of cutting off creativity.
Yeah, exactly. People basically be the same, losing individuality.
Neil Peart's performance on this was just mind-boggling. There's a thing about his early time in Rush. And it was kind of pointed out, actually, by another YouTuber I listen to once in a while, Robert Fithen. He's more of a vinyl guy, but he puts together lists of stuff he likes. He was talking about Rush, and he was talking about Roll the Bones, actually, and noting that after Neil went off and studied with the Jazz Masters and other people, he wasn't quite the same wild, abandoned drummer that he was in these early days of Rush, where everybody was just going, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Like he kind of smoothed the edges off, and that pretty much started, I think, right after this album. As you get to Grace Under Pressure, he's still doing the incredible stuff, but it's not quite the same, as like what you would get in Xanadu or even this song. I mean, it was constructed so well, and it sounded fantastic. I love everything he was doing in there. It was still a thrilling surprise to hear him play it, and I've missed that. I haven't, I guess I haven't been playing the studio albums very much since we've been doing this, so it was great to hear it again. When I first got the album, I remember playing it. I'd never heard anything off it except for New World Man, which was on Casey Kasem. It was a top 40 hit in America.
Oh, I remember that show.
Yep, and this wasn't too far away from the time that Geddy did his hit with Bob and Doug McKenzie, Take Off, eh? To the Great White North. So
I remember that.
So I remember putting this album on, having heard nothing other than New World Man, and just excited to hear it. And I heard Subdivisions. And I was nervous at first, because if you notice, for the first half of the song, you don't hear a lot of guitars. You hear a little bit in the chorus, but you don't hear it much otherwise, because you got that amazing Oberheim that Geddy was using there. It was one of those fancy synthesizers you want to have because the sounds were so good on it at the time. That was kind of its claim to fame. And that was a perfect sound. And it sounds fantastic on this song, but at the time, coming off of Moving Pictures, I was like, oh my gosh, where's the guitar? Like, it's all keyboard. Oh no, and then he comes in and plays that rather amazing, well-constructed solo, short, but very effective. You wouldn't really want it to be much more than what it was. And then that big climax, bringing back the Oberheim and everything, and Neil going just crazy, just doing those amazing things. Yeah, that was really enjoyable for me to listen to.
Blast from the Past. I remember, the album first came out, I got it.
Good times. Mm-hmm. And it was nice, to actually be into Rush at a time when they were still putting out their premium material, And by the way, listening to the album, going into the next song, which I think was not Analog Kid. Was it Analog Kid?
It was the Analog Kid.
Okay. Yeah, so there were still a lot of keyboards, but it was that Oberheim again. And there's a lot of that on the album, but there's still plenty of guitar that is well integrated. So it's not like it's taken it over entirely like it eventually did on, say, Hold Your Fire. It was still Rush, Had a little more keyboard, but it was still very much classic Rush, just from what I remember. I can't recommend the album enough.
Yeah, I can't recommend the album enough either. I always thought it was a great album.
Well, maybe we should just go ahead and start listening to more studio tracks. If we can find music videos that we can actually put up, and we can't put up everything, we've discovered, but this one is safe, then maybe we'll go ahead and do that. Now, if we were going to do that, folks, what would you like us to take a look at first? Just leave those suggestions below. Also, give us your recollections on Rush if you have them, or what your thoughts were on this song if it was the first time you heard it. anything like that. Would just be really interested to get your take. All right. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care, folks.
See you all later.